Everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Myself, Vaibhav. I welcome all of you to today's session of Visual JForex, in which we will be working with a interesting indicator. The name is also equally interesting, and it was formulated by a well-known trader, trading consultant, Tom DeMark. So it is named after him and called Tom DeMark indicator. This is the second part, and today the focus is going to be on completing the buy side of the equation. I hope you had seen the earlier video, and if you not, this is the first time. I would suggest that you go through it, and then you will be better able to grasp the formulation this time around. So now let us head to the JForex chart, where I will give you a brief refresher of sort of what the logic is for the execution of the trade using the Tom DeMark indicator. We are working with the USD JPY as the default instrument, and we will be looking to initiate the buy trade when we see on the 15-minute time frame. So I will have to change the candle period here to 15 minutes. Okay, so when we see that this value of the TDI, Tom DeMark indicator, is rising above the high risk is denoted, this lower line is denoted as high risk, and its value remains constant at 0.3, and the low risk, this upper line is called low risk, and its value is constant at 0.7. So for any buy trade to be initiated, we will be looking to go for the entry when we see that the line, the TDI line, crosses above the high risk value of 0.3, and in the last 15 minutes its output should be higher, whereas in the penultimate 15 minutes the output of this line was lower. So this is the underlying assumption for us to make sure that the conditions are favorable for the buy trade, and along with that we also want to ensure that we are getting involved in the trade only when the underlying instrument is in the sideways territory. It should not be trending, and in trending scenario we can see that there will be many wrong entries pointed out by this formation. So as to make sure that is not the case with us, we will be looking to initiate the buy trade only if the underlying instrument is in sideways formation. And for that, we are relying on the price action data. We will be using the hourly formation. For that, we will compare the low of the last hourly candle to the hourly candle 6 hours back, and the difference between these two lows should not be more than 15 pips. We will deduct the low of the last hour, and it should not be lower compared to the low of 6 hours back. So that is the much needed requirement, so as to make sure that it is not in the bearish trend, and if it is not bearish, and if it is moving sideways, or even if it is going higher, we will have higher probability of making money with this formation. So now let us head back to the Visual JForex board, which has been developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. In the last session, the instrument subscription was carried out. After that, the position amount was defined at 0. These two TDI blocks have been added with the candle period of 15 minutes. Along with that, the price action data will be retrieved using this get historical candle of the hourly candle period. And these two 10-second blocks have also been added to pinpoint the precise entry. This calculation expression was added last time around to calculate the 15 minutes, which will be the difference between, which will be the desired requirement between the low of last hour and the low of 6 hours back. Now, first thing we will do is get another calculation expression block, and we will calculate the difference between the low of the candle 16 and candle 17, and which will then be compared with the minimum requirement of 15 pips. It should be within 15 pips, not more than that. So for that, I will get one more calculation expression block. We will connect it on the lower side. Okay. And here we will deduct the candle 16 candle low from candle 17 candle low. So I will have to take these two candles low. Okay, here comes candle 17 candle low, and I will deduct candle 16 candle low from it. A1 minus A2. Okay, candle 17 candle low minus candle 16 candle low. So this will be the actual difference. All right, and now we can add multiple action and start adding the if else blocks for defining the conditions. For the time being, I will join it here. If needed, we can disconnect it and add additional blocks. Okay. Now, here we have to check if the line 14, which is the output value of the TDI for last 15 minutes, if it is higher compared to the 0.3, which is high risk parameter. So this will need to be compared. Line 14 should be higher compared to the high risk. First input greater than second input. Whereas line 15 should have been lower. This is the penultimate 15-minute candle. So here first input less than second input. After that we compare the actual difference between these two candle lows to the predefined value of 15 pips, and here we will need it to be less than 15 pips. Okay, and after that all we need is to join it here. Okay, now let me arrange these blocks on the lower side. Now we have to look to initiate the trade, and for that we will take the help of these two 10-second candles, candle 18 and candle 19. As soon as price starts to move higher compared to the last 15-minute block, I think here we will need to add one more get historical candle block of the 15-minute candle period, as we don't really have any block of the get historical candle with candle period of 15 minutes. So I will add one more. We are going to need info component. Okay. Candle period will be changed to 15 minutes. Shift value will be 1. So this is the last 15-minute block. All right. We are going to need one more of the if-else statement, if-else block, logical, and after that we will need a trade command block. So we have to take the candle 727 candle close as the common input in both of these blocks. Okay. And after this, all we need is to compare the closing values of these last two 10-second blocks. Candle 18 has a look back period of 1 and it should have closed higher, whereas candle 19, which has the look back period of 2, it should have closed lower. So I will compare candle 18, candle close. So here we need first input greater than second input, and after that candle 19, candle close. And after this we will take trade command block, component, open at market, first input less than second input, as candle 19 candle close will need to have been lower compared to the candle 27 candle close. Okay, now we have to define the parameters for this trade command block. Default instrument will need to be changed to USD JPY. Okay, as we are using USD JPY as the instrument of choice, so I will change it here as well. Okay, all right. Then coming to the input values, this is the buy trade side. Trade amount I will change to 0.1 million. Slippage for USD JPY is 2 pips good enough. Stop loss, since we are working with the short duration trades, I think the combination of 10 pips with 15 pips as the take profit should be good enough. It is not 1 is to 2, and we are simply trying to find the scalping opportunity. So it is better if we keep the take profit order also small. So that's why the take profit is 15 and stop loss is 10 pips. And there is not a perfect formation to say, but these are some of the parameter values which I think should hold well in the trading setup, and if needed we can always change those parameters. So with this, the buy side of this trading algorithm using the Tom DeMark indicator is complete, and I hope you have been able to understand how the formation work, how the logic has been defined, and the execution of it. So that's it for the day from my side. If you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the feedback section, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. See you next time. Till then, goodbye. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out the market research, do refer to the Dukascopy Analytics page, for which the link has been provided. And we are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there. Thank you all for joining in. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.